Today we are going to discuss about this important topic in our science, that is environmental management. This is a very general topic, children. It is a very common issues we are going to discuss about in this topic. This topic is related to the educational awareness towards our environment. Only a planet Earth which has a suitable condition for life existence. So, there are two factors in the earth. One is living and non-living components. This living and non-living components needs to sustainable in the earth. So, we should protect our earth from the natural hazards and pollution. So, this is a important issue nowadays. We have to service to the nation. So, what is environment? Generally, the environmental management means the different aspects of environment, its structure, function, its quality and its maintenance, including conservation of the living and non-living components. So, it includes that the structure is naturally the plenty of resources present on earth. How to be maintained? The quality of a management should be followed, that can be maintained by the next generation. So, the life is filled with plenty of resources, that all resources are naturally bounded in the earth. The weather environmental changes every day. So, we should aware about it. So, everyone have the responsible to save our earth. That natural resources are two types. They are named as renewable resources and non-renewable resources. What is renewable resources? The resources which are abundantly present in our earth by its nature, that will be renewed in a short period of time. That kind of resources are called renewable resources. For example, wind energy, solar energy, bioenergy, tidal energy, etc. Non-renewable resources, this is one of the resource which is present in our earth, but unable to renewable in a short period of time. For example, coal and petroleum. So, these all factor which is related to the very important component, that is expanding human population. That is a very important demand for in the earth. There is a population increases gradually. What will happen? The demands for the people is increases. If it is demand increases, what will be the needs for the people? They have to utilize the all the natural resources. Sometimes the people more interest to service to the nation. There are so many non-governmental organizations are involved to improve the quality of the environment, so as to save the earth. Now, what is the population in India? Nearly it goes to 140 crores. See, this expanding human population destroying the environment, it is a major role in which play for the destroying the environment. Okay, children. Next, the important content of this lesson is forest. What is a forest? Everyone knows about it. It is one of the major role to protect our environment in a very safe way. Forest is a natural resource which gives protection to our environment. Then what are the importance of the forest? The importance of forest is habitat for the wild animals. Plants and animals have the mutual understanding, means that the sustainable environment to be maintained. That world, every resources given the plenty of needs of oxygen, water and etc. The primary sources, that all the primary sources are from the forest. So, we should conserve the environment in a positive way. By the way, we have to be learn certain awareness about environment. As you are a children, you learn from this topic how to protect our environment in a safe way how to carry out into our next generation. That is an important role in which you have in your life. Anyway, forest, it gives habitat for the wild animals. Certain animals are existed in our earth that we have seen, and if it goes beyond that limit of our development, what will happen? Certain animals are extinct from the world. What about the next generation? Think about it. The next generation does not know about the wild animals like a tiger, elephant, such a way. So, it is a most important assets of our world. Second one is economic development of our country. So, in which India is the most populated country in the world, the development of the economic is so important for the people. So, we have to be sustain the forest in our country, so that our economic development increases. Third one is renewable natural resources which provide food, wood, fodder, fiber and medicine. It all the basic needs for every human being, that all comes from the forest. So, the forest should be conserved by strict law and order, that will be framed by a government, but we need to be followed it and maintain the ecological balance. Children, that is the age you learn what is ecological balance. Suppose I would like to give a certain example for you. What we inhale oxygen. What we exhale, carbon dioxide. What is the plants to inhale? Carbon dioxide. What it exhale? Oxygen. So, what way the oxygen is cyclic. So, this is a way the oxygen is cyclic process in which related to the plants and the human being. So, we are the beneficiary from the tree. So, we save the tree and we save the forest. So, our country also come across from the disaster. And next one, what are the effect of deforestation? Let we learn about the positive factor. What is the negative factor of the forestation? Children, you must know about this, that effect of deforestation, then only you learn to planting a tree more in the earth. See, Mahatma Gandhi said that in his moral ethics, our earth has to satisfy all the man's need. That means, earth has enough needs, what we need, but not for our greed. From that quotations, we learn it, we must leave our earth with selfless. Our needs are satisfied, but our greeds not to be here, exist here. So, our greeds makes miserable life. So, you learn it with a wonderful quotation by Mahatma Gandhi. By the way, the effect of deforestation is, one is loss of wildlife. There is no wildlife in the existence in the forest. What will be? There is a cyclic, that means biological ecosystem affected. That biological ecosystem affected means generally the food chain and food will be destroyed. So, the existence of the life in the earth is impossible. Okay, children. Next one is extinction of species. Certain species are extincted from us, certain species are definitely protected. There are so many non-governmental organizations, governmental organizations are involved and save our species like one-horned rhinoceros, some tiger project, crocodile projects, sea turtle, etc. Such a species will not be existed from us. So, definitely we protect that all the species from us. If it is deforestation takes place, definitely the most of the species extinct from us. Third one is ecological problem like floods, drought and soil erosion. There are every year the government suffering with a lot of problems like floods, drought and soil erosion. It is very often happen in the most of the states in India. Why? This is because of the effect of the deforestation. And fourth one is imbalance of the biogeochemical cycles. What is a biogeochemical cycles? We are facing nowadays the COVID-19 because of the biogeochemical cycles are not processed. That is an imbalance of the biogeochemical cycle. It is a one way the all the kind of microorganisms it will be come towards the human and destroying the human life, that leads to the miserable life in the earth. So, imbalance of the biogeochemical cycle, it is a one kind of effect in which takes place because of the deforestation. And alteration of the climatic condition and desertification. Day by day the climatic changes will happen in the earth. Normally the temperature increases, what will happen? There will be a greenhouse effect, ozone depletion and de-desertification, it all the effect. That means the earth which is completely destroyed, in which forest is not protected, and come across from that deforestation how to conserve the forest. What is meant by conservation? Conservation means utilization of the products and natural resources, that is called a conservation. That utilizing the natural resources and conserve that all the natural resources are called conservation. That aspect, how to conserve the forest. India has an area of 725.3 lakhs hectares as a reserved forest, 215.1 lakhs of hectare as a protected forest. See, India is one of the natural subcontinent which has a lot of forest area. That forest area will be conserved by us, then only India come forward. So, everyone look and come forward to change our mind, changing the environment. Without changing your mind, you cannot change your environment. What do you mean that? The mind change means we should live with a selfless, we should follow the country democracy. That means we have to be conserve the forest. Afforestation, that is a one kind of steps to be taken to conservation of forest. First, stop cutting the trees. If you cutting the tree, that automatically the deforestation will be stopped. By the way, we have to simultaneously planting and protecting the trees, because the human population increases, science and technology will be goes forward and make us to be urbanization. What will be happen? The domestic life will be increases, then the forest area will be shrinking. If forest area shrinks, what will happen? The wildlife will be affected. So, all the effect of forest we discussed, all it happened because of the deforestation. So, simultaneously we have to do for afforestation, means planting and protecting the trees. Destruction of the trees should be curtailed, it all one of the important things. Second steps to be taken, that is called a social forestry program. It is a common program which is successfully takes place in urban areas. There are so many village peoples making the social forestry, which is in a common land, utilization of the common land in that area. They are cultivation of the fodder and certain greenish kind of plants. There is an active participation of the public. The public should involve in that. There will be government instructor to be given as a remuneration for them. So, the unemployment problem will be solved. Nowadays, people knows the 100 days job will be implemented by the government of central government of India. That way the people are doing a kind of work. Among that work also the social forestry program also involved in it. So, common land which is to be utilized, so that it becomes so greeny area. So, if it is green, that all the climatic and weather condition will be changed. That also gives a job, that also gives a certain remuneration, that also gives participation, enthusiastic participation of the public. So, it all include in that part. So, it is a very good effect for the conservation of the forest. In that step is social forestry program. And third one is forest conservation through the laws. So, everything will be strictly insisted towards the people, then only the program will be successful. So, that law will be framed adopting the stringent laws or policies, the national forestry policies 1952 and 1988. That law, what it says, that will be against to the anyone doing for deforestation. So, forest will be protected by the law. Okay. And we are going to the next one is wildlife management. What is the aims of the wildlife management? So, wildlife means what? The organisms which have live in the biosphere, they are protected by the forest. That forest in which include with a lot of resources like a oxygen purifier, there are all the plants producing large amount of oxygen. So, that will be atmosphere include with a pure oxygen. So, forests are filters of all the pollutant. That way all the organisms live over in the forest, and what way that wildlife management is important. What are the aims of the wildlife management? To control and limit the exploitation of the species. It is one kind of the aim. Exploitation of the species means there will be a people commonly abuse the forest area by making money. It is a selfish movement by the people. It will be makes the very miserable condition for the wildlife management. So, very important thing to control and limit the exploitation of the species. So, some people may hunting the animal and hunting the certain plants for the purpose of medicinal or economical. And second one is the preserve the plants and animals from the extinction. Already I told you that certain species are extinct from us, that should be preserved. It is the most important thing. And third one is preserve the endangered species. So, some of the species are endangered, means they will be not existed, adopted by the environment, or it can be hunted by the people for the purpose of medicinal value or some other economical. So, what will happen? That species are very extinct from us, that species will be endangered species. Certain species like a white elephant will be seen in the Thailand forest. So, certain species are there, very rare species. That rare species are not seen now in the Indian forest, where that animals goes, where that animals are extincted and how it extincted. It all the very big questions among to us. Certain newspaper you have seen there is a certain animals are enter into the village, into the paddy lands or the grabs and will be destroyed. It all happen, why? Because of that the forest areas occupied by the villages. That means urbanization makes that to be that the area of forest will be reduced. So, they are unable to find the food and they come across into the cities. It all the factors. So, the government steps will be necessarily taken to conserve the forest. And fourth one is study the ecological relations of the plants and the animals in natural habitat. So, an ecological relationship is most important between the plants and the animals, that makes the earth to be sustainable. Unless our earth which loses all the resources, and it will be planets like other planets like a Saturn or a Mercury. So, they are the planets which human life is not exist. So, resources are reduced. So, ecological relationship is very important. Already you know that there is a ecological food chain, the components of grassland food chain, that all you study in 9th standard. How much it was important for grasshopper, how much the butterfly is important, how much the honeybee is important. So, every organism in the earth so important to maintain the ecological relationship. Hunting and poaching should be prohibited. Hunting and poaching is because of money. So, money makes many things, the people are involved in that particular aspects. So, they are hunting crocodile, star crocodile. Sometimes the news and newspaper, magazine and wherever else you have seen such a people are hunting the star tortoise. For what purpose? The purpose of medicine and purpose of making money. It should be prohibited. That is a very important aim for the wildlife management. Establishment of the national park, wildlife sanctuaries, protected areas and biosphere reservoirs. See, it all the government has made it such a way, the national park and wildlife sanctuaries, protected areas and biosphere reserves. Let us all children, you visit such a park and wildlife sanctuary, that from that you learn the natural science. That natural science, it gives you lot of understanding about earth and the biosphere, how the life is existed. So, it is very important. The first natural wildlife sanctuaries and national park is Jim Corbett National Park, which is located in Uttar Pradesh. It is the first national park in 1936. Which was maintained by India in well and good. Once you visit the Jim Corbett National Park, there you can know about the biosphere and all. There is a people of Uttarakhand, the famous movement is called Chipko movement. Chipko means embrace. Why the movement took place in the year of 1973? To protect the environment the base of the environment is the plants, everyone knows about it. So, there will be a Himalayas, it is one of the most important covering area in India, which gives sustainable weather and climate changes to Indian climate. So, that Himalaya is protected by the movement of Chipko movement in 1973. The villages of Chimuli, which is placed in nowadays in Uttarakhand, the people are surrounded the tree and they are encircled the slogan against the cutting the tree. Now, they made their rule and law, there is a ban for 15 years. It is a successful movement, which is a non-violence movement. That movement is called the Chipko movement. These are the kind of work you must know about it. And Radhika from Tamil Nadu, she is from Theni district. She is a wildlife photographer who make a wonderful photography about wildlife conservation. Such a books and magazines are let you visit that makes you interest on the aspect of wildlife management. Organization which are involved in conservation of the wildlife. Certain organizations are involved for conservation of the wildlife. One is IBWL. The full form of IBWL is Indian Board for Wildlife. Second one is WWF, World Wide Fund for Nature. Third one is WCN, World Conservation Union. Fourth one is IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. Fifth one is CITES, Conservation for International Trade in Endangered Species. And sixth one is BNHS, Bombay Natural History Society. And seventh one is WPSI, Wildlife Preservation Society of India. These are the organizations involved in conservation of wildlife. These organizations are non-governmental organizations. Certain organizations also involved in a small way which protecting our wildlife management. So, these kind of people are saving our earth. And next one is management of soil erosion. It is one kind of disaster happen because of the floods and heavy rain which happen in our weather changes. In India, there are lands are common in somewhere else and certain lands are hill station, there will be up and down. That kind of soil erosion, how it will be happen, how to manage from the soil erosion. The first steps to be taken for the soil erosion is retain vegetation cover. Before going to that, what is meant by soil erosion? See, soil is the basic material for the growth of the plants. The soil which has the upper layer, there are important nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Very shortly we called as NPK. This is minerals which is necessary for the growth of the every plants. If you loosen that such a kind of a upper layer of the soil, definitely the plants will not exist. So, that soil can be conserved. That soil conserved because of this kind of steps to be taken, that is named as a management of the soil erosion. One is retain the vegetation cover. Vegetation cover, how to be covered, there are certain methods to be followed. What are the methods to be followed? That means the crop rotation is important. Seasonal crops will be rotated so that the minerals and other nutrients will not be exhausted. So, it retain its soil itself. So, that is very important. And second one is cattle grazing should be controlled. So, cattle which has been most of the farmers and grazing cattle are rear and roar and everywhere else, that will not be controlled by the cattle grazing. So, that soil erosion will not be happen. And third step is crop rotation, soil management, improve the soil organic matter. That I told you, crop rotation for every season, there are 4 seasons are there, that every season we need to be crop rotation is so important. Run of the water should be stored in catchment. So, run of water should be stored, catchment means where the water is to be stored up. So, we need a lot of lakes and ponds and such a way there are small places to conserve the water, so that all the soil will be retain its naturally. And reforestation should not be run away, the water should not run away into the sea. That what will happen, that all the minerals will run away through the water, then the natural vegetation will be gone away from us. Reforestation, terracing and contour flowing, it is all very important. Contour flowing means very sharp, deep and flow is a very important thing to retain the water itself, should not run away. If it is a slope, the water run away from it. If it run away water along with the soil, that all the nutrients and minerals gone away from that land. And wind speed can be controlled by planting trees in form of shelter belt. So, that will be it also natural calamities, sometimes cyclone it all happen, that will be takes off all the soil. Anyway children, this today we have discussed a lot of related to the environmental management. What are things we learned today? The first one is we talk about the environmental factors, renewable and non-renewable resources, and the forest deforestation, wildlife management, and what are the aims of the wildlife management, and finally we discuss about the management of the soil erosion. Continuing this chapter, we have to lot of things to discuss. Let us discuss in the next class. This is a chapter which you need to be more aware and educate yourself. Thank you children.